12 yachts have written their names into history, surging across the start line at Portsea, Melbourne, in the highly anticipated main fleet departure of the 9th Melbourne Osaka Cup. With 2 fleets already on their way and 1 more start still to come. The race is now in full swing, building momentum toward 5,500 nautical mile battle to Osaka. The Melbourne Osaka Cup is the world's longest south-to-north double-handed yacht race, testing endurance, skill, and resilience. For many, this race is the culmination of years of preparation and a lifelong dream. This year's fleet features a strong Corinthian spirit, with several family teams taking on the challenge together, including the race's first-ever mother-daughter, Fika, and father-daughter, Magellan, duos and 3 Japanese teams. We are delighted to have HMAS Arunta on station to sound the starting horn for the main fleet, said George Shaw, chairman of the Melbourne Osaka Organising Authority. After a delayed start due to adverse weather, competitors were given an extra day to finalise their preparations and stow their gear. When the horn finally sounded, Blue Moon 2 and Adam 16.4, skippered by father and son duo Ken Gowley AM and Tristan Gowley, was first across the line, followed closely by Joker X2, Roaring 40, White Spirit, and Quest. Tristan Gowley, who competed in the 2018 race, knows the unpredictable nature of the challenge ahead. It's a long race, and anything can happen. Ken added, "We haven't got an incredibly fast boat. We'd just like to finish and not shame ourselves." In a steady 15-knot southerly breeze, the fleet passed through Port Phillip Heads. Leading the charge was the J133 Joker X2, skippered by Peter Doudnay and Grant Chipperfield. "Our plan is to settle into a routine as quickly as possible," Peter explained. "We'll try to get some sleep, though I very much doubt we will in the first 48 hours after 3 years of planning and excitement to finally be on their way." Competitors will spend up to 5 weeks at sea, alternating between 2 to 3 hour watches around the clock. For the Japanese entrant 1122 Trek Key, skippered by Hajime Nitta with crew member Sonosuke Noda, this journey is more than just a race, it's the culmination of newfound friendships, unforgettable experiences in Australia, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. As they set sail, they carry both the thrill of the challenge ahead and the joy of finally being on their way home. This 9th edition of the Melbourne Osaka Cup also highlights the enduring sister-city relationship between Melbourne and Osaka. Osaka is now our longest-standing sister city, representing a partnership that has endured for more than 45 years, said City of Melbourne Lord Mayor Nick Rees. The race also pays tribute to former Lord Mayor and passionate sailor Trevor Huggard, who was instrumental in strengthening the Melbourne-Osaka connection by championing the inaugural race in 1987.
This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, March 31st, 2025. 3 times Wingfoil Racing World Cup champion, Mathias Guyot of France, has won the season opener in Dakhla, Morocco. The women's competition was claimed by the 2024 series silver medalist, Maddalena Spanu, of Italy. Both gave dominant performances that will act as an ominous warning to their fellow competitors.
The medal series was raced in fantastic conditions, with the wind pushing 30 knots. Jeremiah MacDonald won the golden ticket race to claim the last spot in the medal series. Italy's Nico Spanu won the quarter-final, with Julien Ratotti of France second. The semi-final saw Oscar Leclerc's race end when he crashed at the top mark. Spanu went ahead and was never caught, but behind him there was a real fight between Ratotti and Francesco Capuzzo. Ratotti, who only qualified in 9th place, just crossed the line ahead to go into the final. The final saw the 4 riders split off the start line. Matis Guyot, the defending champion, shadowed closely by Poland's Kamil Manowiecki, going up the left-hand side. As top qualifier, Guillaume needed just a win. The Pole needed 2 to take the title. Disaster struck Guillaume on leg 3 when he crashed into the water. Manowiecki held on for victory. The final was all square. Final 2, and again the fleet split. Guillaume had altered the rake on his foil, but would it make a difference? Again, we had a match race between the 2 leading riders. At Mark 1, Guillaume led, a position he would hold to the end. Manowiecki pushed him all the way, but it was Guillaume who took the race and the event title. The women's final featured the top 4 riders from qualifying. Magdalena Spanu was top qualifier and was kept close by the other 3 riders, Emilia Costi of Greece, Spain's Izet Segura, and Anaïs May Desjardins of France. There were plenty of spills to come. First, Costi crashed early on leg 1. Then, as Spanu grew her advantage, Segura went over near Mark 3. By the final turn to the finish, Spanu was uncatchable. Behind her, Costi was closing in on Desjardins to take silver. Smiles all round in Dakar as the focus turns to the next World Cup event in Silvaplana, Switzerland.
In celebration of International Women's Day, female sailors took center stage at the Volvo Ladies Helm 2025 event, hosted by the Royal Hong Kong Yacht Club. With 47 boats across 7 classes competing, the regatta showcased the strength, skill, and determination of women in sailing.
So for me, this is my 3rd year as Hansen for the 555 boat, and then this is a very honor to be lady in charge of full lady team for this year.
Ladies have! They know the strategies, but at the same time, I'm going to input what I know and what to coordinate better. So I'm very excited to working with the team together.
Day 2 of the 2025 Hansa and Para World Championships on Pittwater, and competitors and officials alike were hoping for a more stable breeze than what was dished up to them yesterday, and while the wind wasn't as fresh as day 1, the shifty conditions prevailed but did not get the better of the international competitors who are making their presence felt.
Today I think we're
The second 2025 ILCA UK National Open, formerly known as the Qualifiers, it commenced last weekend at WPNSA with the Rooster to Noble Marine Open 2, attracting another impressive entry of nearly 160 boats. The ILCA 7 fleet of 29 boats were met with considerably warmer temperatures compared to the previous weekend. Weymouth Bay delivered a steady easterly breeze ranging between 5 and 15 knots along with some sea state. This meant boat speed was key as well as making the most of any shifts coming down the course.
The Weymouth and Portland National Sailing Academy is undoubtedly one of the top venues in the UK, if not the world. For this reason, it was the host venue for the 2012 Olympic Games, an event which I have a lot of fond memories from. It's been used by ILCA UK for a variety of events, but perhaps the most important are the National Opens. We had 2 spring events which have just concluded here, and these are the way that sailors qualify for the international competitions. Top sailors and grassroots sailors race against each other in Portland Harbour and Weymouth Bay.
I'm Alex Jones. I sail in ILCA 4 out of Parkstone Yacht Club. I've been sailing the ILCA 4 now for a year and a half. So yeah, it's a great boat. It was all really about who can hike the hardest and get to that top mark first. I put together quite a consistent result. I'd say just consistency is really the key for last weekend. I mean, today, even when the wind did drop off towards the end of the day, the swell was still in full force. The difference, you kind of got to manage your boat speed quite a bit better. The Worlds are going to be held here at Weymouth and Portland. Which is great for me because I only live around the corner.
Hi, I'm Archie Munro-Price. Just came back for the Italian Europa Cup, which was held in Imperio. We had 200 boats there. Pretty interesting because it was obviously a lot larger fleet, so we were flighted into 3 groups. We meant to have 4 days of racing, but we ended up having 2 because there was just not the conditions to sail on the first 2. But it makes for quite an interesting event because you end up not always racing everybody, which means that every point matters, because if you think that you're coming first in a race, actually there's 3 or 2 other people with the same result, so it ends up being like triple what you have. If you end up getting in like the front line off the start, then it's sort of thinned out a little bit and you sort of had the same familiar faces.
So you're saying it's always easy when you have a good start?
I think that is the key to sailing, John. If you have a good start, it makes it a lot easier to do what you want, because you can choose when you tack and you can choose where you go.
Yeah, I'd probably say I've done like a few events down in the ILCA 6, and yeah. I'm Jess Powell, I'm from Draycott. Initially started in toppers, did 4.2s and 5.3s. I've done a bit in ILCA 4s and then now slowly starting my transition into ILCA 6s. I'd probably say the biggest thing was just like racing people from all classes, because the nice thing about the ILCA is you have everyone from like oppies, toppers, terrors, and everyone just comes together and everyone like races, and it's just really nice. But it was quite a challenge as well, because like just a bit of a bigger fleet, and quite a lot of people from toppers, like especially recently, have moved into ILCAs, so it's quite a similar group. Like quite a lot of my friends have all moved up as well, and everyone's just pretty much like moved together, so it's really nice.
And this is a question that I ask everybody, but what's your key goal for the season? Because it's so important to have that central focus.
So I think mine will probably be the Worlds in LA, which are in July. So that's quite a big one. It's in the ILCA 4, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I think for me it was just like spending a lot of time in the boat and just like making the most of all the training and stuff you have, especially over the summer. So then like you really see the hard work paying off when it like comes to the autumn National Opens and then the Nationals, the National Open Championships as well. So I think it's just like putting in all the hard work, and then you'll slowly like gradually begin to see it pay off.
Yeah, so I'm Ben Anderson, and today I wasn't actually sailing an ILCA, I was sailing a Wasp. So I've been sailing the Wasp for about 2-3 years now probably. Doing the Europeans Villamora this year, hoping to do as well as I can, taking a lot of experience. And then the Nationals here is the qualifier for the ISAF, so maybe if I do well at the Nationals, who knows, could be my week. The skills are a lot higher because everyone's done the ILCA 4, so they've learned how to sail the boat.
and instead of you get the back end is also quite competitive, so the top 20, top 30 are all really close sometimes. It can be in different conditions, and in windy stuff it's a lot different to people that lead in the light stuff sometimes. Don't be scared, give it a go, is my advice probably.
Hi, I'm Alfie Noel, Ilka 7 sailor, just moved up from the Ilka 6 and joined the new class. I think the biggest difference is in the racing, not in the boat. So you're going from a youth fleet in the Ilka 6 to a more senior fleet in the Ilka 7, and the standard and quality is much higher. I think my main focus is going to be the under-21 Worlds in Ireland this summer. I've got A-levels first too, so focus on that now. Start training again in the early summer. I've really enjoyed all the nationals I've done before. It's quite a chilled out event, it's quite relaxing, just meant to have fun with friends and meet new people. It's always good in the sun in the UK too in the summer.
It's been a fantastic couple of events, and I really hope people are going to join us for the Autumn National Opens, and we will have 2 more events here in September, October time.